in the beautiful Miami Beach at the FTX F1 Off the Grid event, where Star Atlas has set up their activation to showcase some of their new releases. I was also able to talk to Michael Wagner, the CEO and co-founder of Star Atlas. We talked about his Web3 vision and the future of Star Atlas in the metaverse. We're seeing brands like Animoca. You guys just did a collaboration with Animoca, and also Decentraland. Take participation in commerce, participate in education. What is your vision along these lines? How do you want to see Star Atlas maneuver in Web3?
It's a great question, and I would start by just kind of clarifying that in my opinion, in our opinion, the metaverse itself has existed for decades, right? Conceptually, it was Neil Stephenson, 1992, 1993, with the release of Snow Crash, where he concepted this idea of the metaverse, a digital economy and a virtual environment that we can live and exist within. Gaming is an application, and there are many applications that will exist across the metaverse. So we really think about the metaverse as kind of this foundational layer, the base layer in a technology stack for which many applications will live on top of it. Right, and so there's gaming, you mentioned commerce, that's a massive application, but there's social, there's human interaction and human experience, there's workplace experiences, there's many things that will happen, right? Now we happen to think of gaming as a very attractive initial feature to bring in a new audience into these digital environments, these digital worlds where they have an opportunity to not only exist, but to persist. So in terms of kind of coming into its own, like what Web3 enables, this open architecture and individual ownership, it creates the ability for people to actually create careers for themselves, jobs for themselves, labor markets arise, and they get to have fun while they're doing it. And we're already seeing this materialize in games like Axie Infinity, which isn't necessarily a metaverse, but it's within this blockchain gaming concept and ecosystem. And people in the Philippines, particularly through the pandemic, when a lot of people were out of work, were able to not only find a place where they could provide for themselves, but actually thrive, right? Because they were making more money playing Axie Infinity than they would if they were working a job in the local economy. And I think this is what's extremely transformative about this technology, is that we break down barriers, we destroy this concept of geography and borders, like nation-state borders. We are creating a global digital economy that everybody will have an opportunity to operate within and participate in. And what's really great about it is we're going to see this massive redistribution of capital and wealth and value in a very seamless and kind of granular fashion, because labor markets are now open to everyone. And also those individuals that are employers or company, entrepreneurs, founders, creators, they are going to be creating jobs for people, and that opportunity will exist for everyone, but it's also going to be highly competitive and transparent.
What is your vision for Star Atlas in particular in this space and what we just talked about?
Gaming is an application that lives on the metaverse. It's our primary focus. What we want to do first and foremost is deliver an extremely high quality, a AAA quality gaming experience that's both entertaining and engaging, right? It has to be fun. And that's the hook. That's how we attract people to our platform and to our ecosystem. But it's also just the first step in a long road of the further refinement and development of the metaverse. So the metaverse, again, has all of these other applications and all this additional utility that people can participate in. But we go after the 3.5 billion users around the world that are interested in AAA gaming, and we also go after the many billions of individuals that are interested in a new economic opportunity for themselves through play to earn. So step one is creating this very engaging gameplay experience. Step two is introducing brands and companies. And I want to emphasize here the importance of establishing a metaverse strategy for a company. It's going to be on par with the necessity that every brand had through the 90s and early 2000s to establish a web presence. Every company and every brand will need a metaverse presence as well. And we want to facilitate. We want to build those tools. We want to build the infrastructure. We want to form the relationships, bring those companies in and give them an opportunity to be exposed to all of the people that will be traveling around and existing inside Star Atlas.
And speaking of new technology, I mean, this is a technology at its infancy, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of errors. It's kind of a trial and error situation here. As you know, last week we had a major NFT drop that unfortunately was a big failure. What is your advice for leaders and creators in this very critical and sensitive stage of building this technology to avoid and prevent these types of errors?
The single piece of advice would be transparency and be communicative with your community itself. Like, you just need to speak to them openly. With that said, this again is very nascent technology. We are on the bleeding edge, and part of operating on the bleeding edge is understanding that most things are not going to work out the way that you anticipate that they will work out, right? So we have to be comfortable with that dynamic, and then we have to find quick resolution when problems arise, and that's occurred for us as well. We've rolled out features. We built the first NFT marketplace fully integrated with the Serum DEX on Solana. And our first drop didn't go anything like we wanted it to go like, and there was significant demand for the assets, but we made consistent and integral improvements to the marketplace over time. So I mean, if you're a builder, you just have to understand that things are probably not going to work the way that you hope they work. But what's really important is that you're open and transparent, and you communicate with the people that are actually interested in participating in your ecosystem.
Well, it's beautiful out here, and we appreciate you guys being out here and educating. It is each one teach one. So thanks for talking to me today, and enjoy your beautiful event.